My photography got over 485,000 likes and 13.5 million impressions over 28 days on social media. And I'm gonna show you the one step I took to make my photos get people's attention. I used to be like, how do I make my photos look as nice as these professional photographers? What software do they use? Do they even edit their own photos? Should I pay someone to edit my photos? Just not good enough. Picture this, a 14-year-old boy who grew up a bit different. He was creative, he loved taking pictures, he loved making YouTube videos, which ultimately got bullied out of him. But he never lost that creative spark. He went on to do photography at school and then university, which he ultimately dropped out of. But the passion had started for photography and the money was going down. He bought cameras on cameras on cameras and lenses on lenses, getting his photos printed into little magazines, doing photo shoots with friends, purely just for practice, no monetary gain. He followed hundreds of photographers, YouTubers and creatives on social media, and it literally always looked forward to their posts. But the question remained. He'd always ask himself, how do I make my photos look as good as theirs? Their photos are good enough to get thousands of likes and hundreds of thousands of followers. So why aren't mine? That boy is me, if you didn't guess that already. So to learn how to be as good as the professionals, I had to zoom out and look at it from a different perspective. And I see it in 3 sections. Study the pros. I started to look into other photographers. I looked at their posts, I looked at their photos, getting an idea of the colours they used, the exposure, how they shot their photos, from composition to lenses, everything that encompasses their pictures, how they did that. Then section 2 is editing. What software do these photographers use? What software do I use? How would the software they use make my photos look better? Which software is best and which software will I go with? And section 3 is becoming best friends with that software. If I want to be able to produce bangers on bangers, at the drop of a hat, be able to make photos look good, be confident in my work and be ready for when professional work comes in, I need to know the ins and outs of this software to utilize it and help me hone in my personal style as a photographer. I want to take nice photos and make them look good, and one day hopefully make money from this. And if I wanted to do that, I had to do these steps, and I did. And the software I found was Lightroom. Lightroom was a name I'd heard thrown about ever since I first picked up a camera, but I was like, I use Photoshop, so it's fine. I don't need Lightroom. I use Photoshop. But when I used Lightroom for the first time and I could see how in depth you could go to each picture, it blew my mind. Going from the exposure slider to the HSL sliders, playing with each individual color, going so in depth on pictures that I didn't even know was possible before. The first day I found Lightroom, I was on it all day. It showed me the potential of my own photography. Let's say I import this picture. Now this is quite a dark image, but just look, if we just slide this slider here, look how bright we can make the picture without damaging the image, say. We can make it warmer, we can make it cooler. Down here you've got texture, so you can make, it just makes your picture a bit more gritty or smooth, say. The clarity, which makes it more clear, kind of does what it says. You've got curves down here, which you can do like your highlights and your shadows, your basic S-bends and stuff. And I'm absolutely ruining this picture right now. But then you've got my favorite bit, which is the HSL sliders. You can literally go in and just edit each individual color to exactly how you want it to look. This is where you can get really creative with your edits. But anyway, let me just reset this and I'll show you the capabilities of editing your pictures. I'm not saying Lightroom is the be all and end all. Obviously, you have to get the basics of photography down to make a good photograph, as well as getting the right settings, the right compositions, not to mention the fact you have to shoot raw to really use this to your advantage. Lightroom is just a tool you can use to bring out the best of your photos, but you can use this tool with little photography knowledge. It just helps to make a good photo. There we go. Literally in like 10 minutes, I've taken this photo from this to this. And you might be thinking, it's all well and good being able to edit photos that have been shot on a tripod. Check out this video to see me use these tips in action as I go around London and shoot handheld portraits, showing you all the shots I got, all the final edits, all the locations I went to. Don't ever think you're not good enough. Just put in some research, put in the work, find what works for you, and keep taking photos. Just click this video there, and I'll see you over in that video. This video here. Just